Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel Mo Digging. It's good to see you once again. Well, just recently some of the members of a local metal detecting group were posting about how they don't dig low tones. They just totally ignore the pull tab signals. And this week, because the weather is so nice, I decided to go out and dig just that. I decided to dig a lot of the really low, ugly signals. And I wanted to show you the kind of stuff that will come out of the ground when you do so. So let's get straight to metal detecting. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. I've been out here metal detecting for just under an hour now, and I've got about 25 to 30 cents in change and probably 50 or 60 pull tabs. But here's my first kind of interesting find. I just got a really loud big signal that jumped between like 79 to 82, popped my plug, and I popped out three of these tokens all sitting together. Aladdin's Castle tokens, gaming tokens. I think they're from like the 80s and early 90s, but pretty neat find. Not terribly rare, and I have found them before, but I will happily take that. Got a little bit of vintage gaming history here, so we'll get back at it. As I have shown off in some other videos, I do like to investigate the big iron signals that are not very deep. And here's a good example of why I do that. I just got a big loud jumpy iron signal and popped a little bit of soil here, and I've got a knife, I believe. I think this is a knife. Kind of stuck in the roots. There we go. What is that? What brand? Looks like it's a pretty decent blade. Something that I'll be able to clean up and salvage. I don't know what brand that is, but not a bad find. If you give me a minute, I'll try and open it up. Maybe we'll get the brand name off of it. Just a second. Well, I don't know that this is the nicest knife in the world. It does say stainless steel up there, and then on this side it says China. So probably a little bit of a more cheap knife, but still a cool find. Something I'll put away and probably use later on. Maybe put in my camping gear. So not bad. Well guys, now I'm finding a little bit of older stuff. I just popped this out of the ground, and I think it's a two-piece button that's kind of smushed. I'll have to clean that up at home a little bit and see if there's anything on it. But then right here, I just got something else that's pretty old. I just got a toe tap, a brass toe tap. This would go at the end of a leather shoe to keep it intact. So a lot of people say this is from the American Civil War, but actually I think they wore them throughout the 1800s. So still a pretty cool find. I haven't found one of these in a while, so we'll put it away. Well guys, I've had two kind of strange finds back to back. I just pulled this out of the ground. It's a little tiny key on a string and what looks to be almost like a unicorn skull. Very strange find right there. I'm not sure about that. It is metallic, but very odd. And then right here at about 3 or 4 inches down, actually maybe a little bit deeper, I got a coin signal and popped this out. It's a little tiny toy car, which is kind of neat, little race car. It says Scooby-Doo there on the hood, and I guess that's the rest of the gang there on the side. So kind of strange find. You don't find these little tiny cars very often. So we'll keep on hunting. Well, everybody, I just got myself a 9091 signal and popped my plug. And I got something that's a little interesting. So let's take a look together. A signal that high can be something like a silver dollar, but it's not. It's something that's still kind of interesting. It's actually 2 coins at least sitting here. I don't know if there's any more in the plug, but take a look. I have got a Susan B. Anthony right here. Not in the best of shape. Been out sitting in the grass here for a little while. 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar. And then I've got something that's either a presidential dollar or a Sacagawea. And it looks to be a Sacagawea. 2001 maybe, Philadelphia mint. So not a bad find. $2 sitting right there. We'll take it. That's going to go towards buying another old coin, I believe. It is getting a little dark here, but I just got myself another old find, which is kind of cool. Sitting at about 6 inches down, I got this 8081 signal and popped out what looks to be like a finial off of a piece of furniture. It's a heavy piece of brass, which is pretty neat. That is awesome. Very decorative. I'd say that's probably from the 1800s. So good find. I will take it. Well, I'm not finding much at the moment. I was going to show you guys this. This was just a surface find. I got a sticker of a cat with a bow tie. And then right here, I just got myself an e-cig. Very, very common find nowadays. I've never found this one before. Hide. Kind of strange. Don't know much about it, but we'll take it and get rid of it. So let's keep on detecting. Well, I am surprised. I just found my first one of these for the week. Got me a key, a little house key at about 2 or 3 inches down, ringing up in the mid-70s on my machine. So very good, little house key that somebody lost. We'll put it away. Well, it's not much, but I think I may have finally found my first piece of silver for the week. Let's take a look. To be honest with you, it was a pretty ugly signal. It was actually like a 77, 78 signal, which is pretty much a spot-on zinc penny. And I popped this out. It is a tiny little piece of jewelry. I think it's just part of like a necklace or something like that. It may or may not be marked up there, but clean up right, ring up right, and I think that's what it is. Just a little tiny piece of silver. So we'll take it. Not bad. At about 3 inches, I just got something that I think is kind of cool. I haven't found this in a little while. It's a piece of lead, but it's actually lead type, if you can believe that. Kind of a neat find. Not sure exactly what it says there. Hopefully by the end of this video, I'll be able to tell you what that says, but it's a little choppy right now, so we'll put it away and finish up the night. Well, it's now dark, everybody. I just happened to pop this out of the ground a moment ago. Got myself a fishing lure, so be really careful when you're out metal detecting. You will find this kind of stuff. But a little ways down the hill, I just popped this out. I got another pocket knife, which is kind of cool. Don't know if it's going to be salvageable. I haven't really looked at it yet. And I'm not sure about the brand. Oh, it might be a SOG. It might be actually a pretty decent brand. So hopefully I'll be able to clean this one up. And yeah, there you go. There's the brand name. Hopefully I'll be able to clean that one up and get it back into service. So that's pretty cool. 2 pocket knives so far for this week. So this might be one of my last finds, unfortunately. It's getting pretty dark. Well, everybody, I'm back at the house now. So let's go over all my finds from this week. And there is the board, everybody. It is pretty full, but we're going to come over here first and just take a look at the trash. Because as always, I removed a lot of garbage this week. Lots and lots of stuff sitting on top of the ground and also stuff that I dug up. So like I always say, if you're going to go out and metal detect, please take as much garbage with you as you possibly can. It really does protect our hobby, so be a good steward. But we'll come over here and go around the board a little bit. There are my pull tabs. It was another week of a lot of digging junk signals, like I mentioned. So just a ton of pull tabs. There must be over 200 right there. Didn't find any gold, unfortunately, but dug a lot of pull tabs. I got 2 lighters sitting in the grass, just some little bits and bobs. I actually got another pocket knife there and another piece of a little pocket knife. So those are a little bit older. Dug those up and didn't show you guys. Rose tag, I got that pretty cool piece of printing plate, kind of old, I would say. It's probably 100 years old or so. Just little bits and bobs. There's a smoking device. I got some change this week. I must have found about $12 or $15 in change somewhere in there. So I will clean that up and turn that in to buy some cool old coin. So that's always a fun thing to do. I got some fishing lures. I threw in this bottle. I didn't want to poke myself, but I got some fishing lures. And then there's some fishing weights and some other bits of lead in there. I got this plastic Lego motorcycle that was sitting in the grass. There's a Pepsi top. Here's some of the other irony steel targets that I dug up because as you know, I was digging that kind of stuff up. So I got half of a horseshoe. This is an old beer can opener, I believe. And then I actually got some toenail clippers right there. So kind of interesting. Here's actually my most valuable find of the week. I got a SOG pocket knife, and it actually cleaned up pretty well. So I will use that in the future. Not a bad knife. It's about a $50 knife too, so pretty cool find there. And I got this other pocket knife. It's a bit cheaper, but it's still usable as well. Let's go in the middle here and look at some of this other stuff. I got a shotgun shell, just one of those, surprisingly. That little tiny toy car. There's that little skull, metallic skull. I got this little tree pendant sitting in the grass. Kind of a strange little find. Little bits and bobs. I only found one real key this week, surprisingly, a little house key, and I got that other little tiny jewelry key, I guess you'd call that. Another smoking device right there. I got this brass finial, which is kind of cool. A little tiara pendant. I did get one wheat penny this week. I think it's a 53 or something like that. I don't even remember. But got one wheatie. I got $2 coins, which is kind of cool. I got these 3 Aladdin's Castle tokens all sitting together in the hole. And those are probably from the late 80s or the 90s, so kind of a neat find. I only got one piece of silver for the week, gosh darn it. And it's pretty small and nothing very nice. But I got one little piece of silver. It's probably a little link off of a piece of jewelry or necklace or something like that. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting too much stuff. Oh, and I got this really cool toe tap from the 1800s. So brass toe tap right there. Cool find. I was going to show you guys, I dug a lot of trash this week. Didn't find any gold, unfortunately, but there's a reason why I do that. Here's my gold from the last 3 years. In total, I have found about an ounce of gold at this point in the last 3 years. And it's thanks to me digging all the low tones. So I do recommend that you do it. It's a lot of work. It can be very frustrating, but there's my gold. It's a nice little pile there. So all in all, we did okay for the week. Nothing terribly valuable, but had a lot of fun. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye now.